within communities through her work with Saving People's Inc. and Ravna's Wellness Group. As the driving force behind Saving People's Inc.'s 5 pillars: serving, feeding, educating, empowering, and wellness, Brava has been pivotal in transforming lives and spreading love to those in need. Her immense generosity and commitment to service have led her to initiate various programs to support individuals and communities during time of crisis. From sewing masks for essential workers to providing meals for frontline healthcare workers, displaced families, and vulnerable populations, Ravna's dedication to making a positive impact knows no bounds. In addition to her humanitarian efforts, Ravna is the founder of Ravna's Wellness Group, a platform centered on holistic healing and well-being. Through her role as a transformational speaker, coach, mentor, thought leader, and best-selling author, she inspires individuals to unlock their true potential and lead fulfilling lives. Join Ravna Srivastava, known as the Golden Light, in her mission to uplift and empower communities through acts of kindness. Together with Saving People's Inc. and Ravna's Wellness Group, she continues to inspire hope, healing, and resilience among those facing adversities. Among those facing adversities. I lost my screen. Yes, embodying the essence of humanity and compassion. Beyond local communities, Ravna has extended her reach globally, offering aid to countries like Liberia and Poland, and providing relief to seniors during emergencies. Her mission is to help those in distress, transcend burdens, reflecting her unwavering compassion for humanity. And I just want to share an experience with Ravna. I'm grateful to be on one of the lives she has touched. I met Ravna at a Qigong gathering, and when I learned of her services, I immediately booked a session. Now, that experience was profound with a capital P. I've had energy work before, but this one was like no other. This was like top level. Ravna was able to identify where my trauma was. I've had some past traumas. Not only could she identify the trauma, she was able to tell me when the trauma occurred, where it was lodged in my body, and removed it. At one session, I just felt like a wind coming through my feet, and before I can question that, she said, I just removed some emotional blockage from you. That relief was real, undeniable, and so freeing. You know, Ravna, she offers online sessions and in-person sessions at her Longwood studio right here in Florida. So you can book a session at the end of the seminar. You can also book a session with her. So her name says it all. Ravna is truly the golden light. And it's my pleasure to introduce her to you. Please help me welcome Ravna to the podium.
Thank you, Elizabeth. That was very nice. Thank you.
Very nice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. And I'm actually honored. Thank you for letting me be here and speaking with, in front of all of you. As a speaker, I'm very different and unique because my talks are interactive. Okay, which means I'm not letting you going to sleep, okay, or check your phones. So first thing, put your phones away. Put your phones away or put them on silence. Except because what I want you to be present here, including the kids. So how many of you, raise your hand, if you felt anger before? Okay? How many of you have felt very irritated? Even the kids. Do you feel irritated with your parents sometimes? Right? Okay. Perfect. I love it. And what do you do about it? Do you do something about it? Sometimes when you're angry, you just shout and yell, right? Or you just walk away, or you feel like slapping the person on the face, but you can't do that, right? But what do we do when we feel and have those emotions? Okay? We take them in, bottle them up. Sometimes we shout, scream, argue with people, but then we take it back in. It's like, if you feel like throwing up, how many of you have ever vomited? Right? How many of you have done that? Do you know the vomit, right? So when you throw up, and imagine if you're throwing up and I tell you, no, just take it back in. Ew, right? That's going to be like, yuck. And that is exactly what we do with our emotions in our lives. Make sense now? When we have anger coming in, we either shout it out or we'll take it out, but then after some time we'll just take a little bit back in. Or if somebody said, just keep quiet.
Yes.
Have you felt that? Mm-hmm. People say that? Like, you don't have to say anything. It's okay. Deal with it. Right? Have you gone through that? You know that feeling, right? It just that's part of life. Yeah, come on, take it. Just be strong. Have you heard that phrase? You just have to be strong. Deal with it. And you can do it. Or sometimes they won't even say that. Just deal with it. Right? That's part of life. Nobody teaches us how to actually live life. We go to school to learn all the subjects, maths, English, science, and all of these, but nobody says if you get angry and upset, how do you live? What do you do? Nobody teaches that. And I took that each one of us want to be happy. We want to make money, we want to have love in our lives, but we also want to be happy, but nobody tells us how to be happy. Right? There's so much talk about food. I was telling Josephine, I'm good for a month. Now, can you come back? We'll do another seminar in a month, and then we can have that, and my body's going to be healthy. Just kidding. Right? But the part is the emotions. We have it every single day, right? You get how many? We have almost 700 thoughts in an hour in our head. And most of them are negative. Wow. Can you believe that? Yeah, most of them are negative because we've got this chatter mind going on. It doesn't stop. It goes on and on and on. And then sometimes we're quiet, but we're still listening to those thoughts. And that's sometimes like overthinkers. People who love to worry. Any worriers here who love to worry? Right. So when you're worrying, all those thoughts are going on in your head. What do we do? How do we deal with those? Because you still have life to live. You still have your purpose. You still want to be happy. You still want to have love in your life. You still want to raise your family. What do? It is hard, right? So, my name is Bhavna Shrivastava. It's Bhavna. Bhavna. Bhavna.
Excuse me, I mispronounced.
That's okay. I love to say it. But the uniqueness about my name is it means feelings. It means emotions. And that's what my work is all about. To bring you back into love. To bring you back from the trauma, from the pain, back into love. Being who you are. Because when you are back into love, you can laugh, you can smile, but you do it from your heart. You're not living your life just with the mind, but you're living with your heart as well. And you're connecting with your body. So the whole alignment, and then you connect with the spirit, and then that's when you connect with the divine. Right? So in order to connect with the divine, can you just say, God, I love you, please connect with me? What is that? If you've got negative thoughts going on, I don't like this person, and then you say, God, love me. Do you think you can connect with God? No. Right? And if you say, what?
That you love that person.
Exactly. But before you love that person, you have to love yourself. Right? We don't do that. We don't love ourselves because nobody's taught that we should love ourselves. And they say it's selfish to love ourselves. That's what we've learned growing up. You don't love yourself, you love others. But you have to love yourself so you can love someone else before. And I always tell, why do you have to love yourself first? Anybody? Can you give me a reason why you should love yourself first?
So you can give it away.
No?
You can love another.
No?
That way you know the feeling in order to love someone else.
No?
Because I deserve it.
No?
Because you cannot give away what you don't have. Bring in the energy before you have it.
No?
No?
So the answer is, okay, right there. Okay? But the answer is, you are a creation of God, and God does not make mistakes. He loves you. That's why you're still here. Period. Sit with it. Take that in. This is not a religious class, okay? But I want you to everybody uncross your legs. Put your feet down. And I want you to take this. Close your eyes and listen to this. You are a creation of the God, divine, including your parents, but you're still the creation of the God. He created you. You're still here. He loves you. So if He loves you, why would you not love yourself? And then He's created each one of us. So why can't you love the other person? Because the other person is also His creation. Does that make sense? Right? And we disregard that. Nobody has told us that. I talk about God. Why? I'm actually an MBA with banking and finance background, and I was the biggest skeptic ever. I did not believe in holistic stuff. Okay? I was all Western medical. I grew up in India, and we have that wave going on, Western medical, America, and all of that. And I didn't believe on all of this, but my dream was just being a mother, doing my work on Wall Street, and that was my ambition. That's it. And I call it, you have a dream, and then God has a dream for you. Right? Your dream only lasts so much. But when He takes care, when He wants it, that's it. So what happened? I went through a near-death experience. I used to be a classical dancer. I used to choreograph things, and I used to do fashion shows. I used to help people walk and everything, And I used to wear high heels. And then I went through a near-death experience. I was driving the car. I was going on the green light. This person decided to skip the red light and jump the red light and at 60 miles an hour and came and hit my car. And I saw the car coming and I was like, oh my God, I have no place to go. And I closed my eyes. I was like, okay, God, I'm coming. And boom, my car flipped 3 times, hit a truck and flipped 3 times and landed, and it was fuming and I was stuck in the car. And I kept trying to open the door, and I had the window down, and I kept calling cops, paramedics, firefighters. They all came, they just walked by. I said, help me. I couldn't, I was stuck. They went. They just walked to the other car. And I was like, all right, God. I tried everything, I was stuck. Trying to open the seatbelt, couldn't move. I was like, okay, just make it fast. And I closed my eyes and sat down there. And then from the window, the passenger side window, a hand came in. Give me your hand. I was like, I'm stuck, I can't move. The seatbelt won't move. So try it again. I tried it. Click. It clicked, opened, okay. Like, now give me your hand. I was like, I can, but I can't move because the whole car is on my legs. Just try it again. So I gave my hand out. And this hand pulled me out of the window as if I was a leaf. The whole of me. And then asked me, are you okay? And I look down and I look up and I say yes, and there was nobody. There was not a soul there. There was nobody standing there. Can you believe that?
I can.
And I just stood there in shock, and I just looked around and I couldn't find a person there. And I just like, what happened? That day I realized God came, because I made this prayer from my heart and soul. You know, okay, God, just make it fast. And He did make it fast. He pulled me out from that. That is where my spiritual journey started. Total 360-degree change, you know. And that's when I say, He has a plan. And then I fought with Him. I was like, but, you know, we have all these questions in our head. What if but the interesting part was, with the accident, I was fine, but my leg, I couldn't walk. My right leg, I was paralyzed. I couldn't walk. And I had 2 little kids. So when I look at these kids, I love them. I had kids almost that age. And I couldn't walk. I had a full house, I had my in-laws, I had the kids, but I couldn't do anything. But I still did. I lived in pain 24/7, having medications, because I believed in them, remember? But I was still in pain. And then I tried everything on the Western medical system. Nothing worked. I was on crutches. I tried rehab, physical therapy, everything. And all the painkillers. Nothing changed. I became more sad, angry, upset with myself, you know, doing everything as a mother would do, right? And then God said, you know how to heal yourself, and I did. And then He said, do you want to be that hand for others like I was to you? And I said, yes. And that changed everything. I set up Bhavna's Wellness Group. It happened with $0. I had 30+ practitioners, all holistic. I became a coach, mentor. I became a speaker, best-selling author, got 7 books, and then Saving People came. But main thing, what I want to talk about, I mean, I can go on and on, but what I want to talk about, some of the people I helped in my life, you know, and like there was a lady who would come to me, and she had edema, like her leg, you know what edema is? Her leg was all swollen, yeah. And she was 60 years old that time, so she would come to me, and she's like, I've tried everything, God, you know, the doctor says I just have to wear the stocking and use the machine all the time, and that's it. So she came to me, and it was like really big, and we started to work on her, and she started to lose that weight, and it became normal. She let go of the stocking, she let go of the machine, and her leg, for the first time, she could start wearing flip-flops. She never wore flip-flops in her life, you know. She was ashamed, and that we worked on that. We released that feeling. She couldn't go to the beach because people would look at her, you know. So we started to shift all those feelings of guilt, shame, not good enough. I started to clear that and release that. Her relationship, she was very spiritual. She started becoming more spiritual, to the point that she actually saw Jesus, and she came back to me. She's like, Bhavna, oh my God, I had in my vision, Jesus came this time. I felt His light. I felt he was there, you know. So when we start to shift things, you know, and then, like I said, God had different plans. Fast forward 2012, He chose me to be the golden light, and they prepared me, and which was holding His light, and I became the conduit of holding that light, and it just flows through me and goes to people when they come to me. I don't do the magic, but with that, as I was becoming the golden light, I received some divine gifts from Him, where I can see, like Lavette said, I can see and feel your pain. And my mission is, since I went through that myself, I want to release people of the pain they're holding, you know, which is your emotional pain, which is the feelings inside of you when you are going through trauma in your life, whether somebody's betrayed you, you are hurt, or you're holding that inside of you without even realizing it, or you are going through sadness or depression, or you're angry, or there's anxiety and you don't know what to do and deal with that, or you're just stressed. And I say overload of stress is a trauma, because you don't realize, because every day, we have, every year if you see, we have how many days? 365 times your age, right? That's how much trauma you're holding inside of you. Because every hour you have almost 700 thoughts. 700 times 1 times 365 times your age, that's how much trauma you're holding. We have cells in our body. Why do we gain weight? Because all those trauma are sitting energetically on top of the cells. So they become unhealthy, right? The detoxification of the body helps releasing, the inflammation, but the inflammation is because of the trauma and the pain you went through. So when you come to me, I actually go into that and I see, okay, this is the pain. Your body immediately opens up with the divine gift I received. Your body says, this is what I got. I have a pain. So when I had one person come and she went through sexual abuse when she was 4-year-old. And I saw her pain and I was like, okay, that's why in her business, she's not doing good. And she came for a business thing. Bhavna, my business is stuck. Can you help me with that? I was like, sure. So I said, I do a consultation for 30 minutes. And I said, but the magic happened when you get on my table. When I go in and you give me permission, because I work at the soul level. You give me permission and I can then see, because your body starts talking and your soul tells me everything. So it's like a video. I see your entire life, even if you don't tell me. Like, that's why Limit was surprised, because she didn't tell me anything. She just got on the table and then I started telling, and she was like, whoa, I don't believe that, right? So this lady comes to me for her business, to grow her business. So I start, okay, lie down, and she gave me the permission, and then I see, I was like, okay, this is a 4-year-old. She got abused, okay? And I said, can we release this? And she's like, but I came for business. But she was shocked because she didn't tell me about it. She's like, sure. I said, but this is what is holding you back from shining, because you're scared. This is how the mind works. You're scared. If you shine, somebody will look at you and they will hurt you again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How our experiences and traumas in our life go into the subconscious mind, and from the subconscious mind it comes, only trickles a little bit, and then the real mind, your brain, starts to create a protection for yourself. It's like a wall. We create, or we do like self-create walls ourselves, right? And then that's when I can see, where did it start actually? This is where it started. Let's clear this. And once the core problem is found, then if this drops down, then the pattern goes away, because then there's nothing for it to hold back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if we pull this, if this something is standing like this, and I drop this down, so this won't stand then. Make sense? So things start to drop down, and you start to feel lighter and happier. Then you are not bothered about, I'm not going to shine. But we create that, we invite people, the vibration and the frequency, then we change to more of love. Then we create people who come to you for who you are. But we create that boundary that they don't hurt you. Make sense? Which is very important, because we are all here, and we are all here to love each other and be happy. COVID came, it pushed us to be more alone. So many of us have gone into that like a total shell, and we are living in that. And so many of us, with our upbringing, have been told to be quiet and not share our pains.
Right.
And so we just keep quiet, and we become sad. When we used to, as kids, go out and play, do you see kids going out and playing these days? No. They're in front of the screen. You give them a phone or a tablet, they're happy. So they're so sad, because that part of their brain, all that has been taken by, but they are not doing that physical thing which we all did, right? So life is very different. But there are some answers we have in our body. You know, I'll give you a very good example of when we were kids, we used to sing the song, and you can all join me in that, you know. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, clap your hands. Right? Perfect. Why do we do that? What is in the hands? If you look at your hands, your palm, right? You've got all these, if you look up closely on top, right there, those are, you know, they took their blueprint sometimes, you know, and you see those palms, every person has a unique blueprint, right? But if you look up on the palm right there, there's circular motions like that. The design, right? Those are the chakras. Those are your energy points in the body. And when you clap, you actually start to feel better because you're activating all those energy points. So I'm giving you a very good tip. Anytime you are not feeling good, start clapping. Your energy will immediately change. Let's start with that. Give me 3 claps, everybody. Yes? So now, I'll teach you exactly how to clap. Everybody, how did you clap? Like this, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do it like this. Touch every finger, like this. Okay? Every tip of the finger should be touching. Every tip of the finger should be touching the other palm's finger. Okay?
Yeah.
Now bring this down because the biggest chakra is here. The biggest energy. This is connected with your heart. This one, the left hand, this is connected with your heart. Okay? So when you close this together right here, now connect all the fingers to the fingers and now join them. Okay, you've got all of them joining so that the energy is not leaking, and that's your energy, nobody else. Okay, this way. All right, now take it further and clap. Okay, again, take it further and clap. And now do it like 5 times. Okay, and now I want you to do, I'm going to make you feel, when I say this, I want each and every one of you to feel the energy, right? Now you got your hand here. We're going to bring your hand in front of your heart, right here. Can somebody come and hold my, so that I can show you exactly what I want. Thank you. So what you're going to do is, you've got your hand right in front of your heart, like this, okay? Everybody, stand up. So that your back is straight, okay? But make sure you can see me. So spread out so you can see me. Yes. So now you've got this, right? And now slowly, you're gonna move your hand, slowly. Watch my hand, see how slowly I'm moving it? 1, and it's like right here. Okay? And breathe. And feel the energy right there within your hands. And close your eyes and feel if there's something happening now within your hands. You start to feel the energy, right? Do you feel it? And now slowly move it out back and you'll feel it more. And take it a little bit more and you'll feel it. And now bring your palms a little bit like a bowl. And you're making the energy like a ball. Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Yep. Now just move it like a ball, as if you're holding that ball. Feel that. Feel that ball. Okay? And just say, I'm happy. And I'm going to be happy. So now take that ball and bring it to your heart. And breathe in. Don't breathe out, normal breathe in. Regular breathe out. Feel it? And now bring it back. Bring the hands back. Again. Feel that ball again in your palms. Do you feel it? Still there? Little bit and no.
Feel it?
Little bit. So go back slowly, back to your hand. And then again grow it. Grow it and feel that. Okay? And now we're gonna go, come back, bringing the palms together, and we're gonna do the 3 claps. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. What did we just do? We brought that energy back into our palms, and through the palms, it's gone into the arms. Through the arms, it's come into your chest, and from there, it goes to your entire body.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So anytime, like I love giving tips, I love giving so that you can do something when you go from me. Anytime you're not feeling good, you can shift yourself with your own body, right? With your own energy. And that is why I say, first you have to love yourself because you are his creation. He has put that energy in you. Your energy is his energy. He put that energy, and that is why you're alive. Right? And when you love that, when you play with this energy of yours to help yourself to be happy, then you create the ripples of that happiness from you to others. But you are a powerhouse yourself. But if you are in pain, are you a powerhouse?
No.
No, what are you? Pain house. Right? And you don't want to be a pain house. Right? When you become a pain house, then you start to lose it. Then you're disconnected. Now, if you want to go more and do more, I have a women's only retreat coming up. Okay? December 1st weekend. It's 2 powerful days with me. Imagine we just did a little bit. Imagine 2 days with me. My goal and mission in that is whatever you're holding here, as women, we love to hold here, and that's why we have big bellies. Whatever we try, we still end up having it, right? Because we love to hold stuff and love to hold pain. So when we hold that, at that retreat, I'm going to start to release that emotional blockage. Because when you have a purpose, that becomes a blockage in what you want to do. So we will release, we will reconnect you to who you are, your strengths, your gifts, your purpose, and then we rise together. And when we rise, then we are a powerhouse, then we are unstoppable, right? Then that is where you shine. You can shine your light. But along with shining yourself, we create ripple. We take all of us, we grow our families, we grow our community, we go together. We don't go alone. This is when alone, anybody can break a finger. But when we are together, we become a fist.
Yeah.
Nobody can break a fist, right? And that is what a community is. And that is what I'm trying to build with Bhavna's Wellness Group and saving people. Because if your stomach is empty, your brain cannot think. So my mission is to feed as many people, serve as many people, empower people, educate them. Because if I don't educate you, how would you understand? Because what the education system now is very different than what we need to know and to build that community, right? The mission of saving people is saving lives, one love, unity, community, one world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.